Welcome to Civ 5. Today, I'll be showing you the best Civ 5 strat ever. First, let's set up the game. For starters, we need to pick our civilization. On this list are a lot of cool civilizations, however, one of them is the best. As we scroll down our list, we should see Pocatello of the Shoshone. For game settings, we just need to change the map size to huge, which is vital for this strategy. And of course, you can change the difficulty level to whatever you want. Right now, we'll do some normal difficulty. Of course, game pace, I like to keep it on standard, but whatever floats your boat. You'll notice with the Shoshone, we get two special troops, the Pathfinders and the Comanche Riders. The Pathfinders are essential to the early game strategy. Okay, with our first settler, we'll look around, see if there's any cool resources, and we'll go and settle our city. And then with our Pathfinder, which is essentially a scout, we'll go and start scouting. For our production, I always like to start with a Pathfinder, as it'll improve our scouting power, and another ability that we have is the Shoshone. For our research, it is important to always choose pottery first. The reason why we need pottery is because it'll allow us to build shrines. So we'll go and select pottery, and then next turn. As we continue to scout, we found the city-state of Malacca. They've given us some gold, which is really nice, although ideally we want to find ruins. As we go to the next turn, we will continue to scout and we find a barbarian camp. Again, not ideal because we want to find ruins. However, we will go and move around the barbarian camp, and there is our first set of ruins. So, as we discover ruins with our Pathfinder, something very special will happen. Let me click out of that. Okay, so as we go to the next turn... Oh, we discovered England. And it looks like she also wants those ruins, but too bad for her because we are closer to the ruins and she will not beat us to it. So we'll go and walk in those ruins. You'll notice something strange. We get to choose what we get from the ruins. So from this list of options, there's a lot of cool stuff, but ideally we want to go with culture. The reason why we want to go with culture is because it will allow us to adopt policies as quickly as possible. With our policy adoption, we'll go and choose liberty, because it really supports settling a lot of cities really quickly. So after that, we'll go ahead and end our turn. Oh, we've discovered pottery, and another ruin, apparently. For our next tech, I like to always go with calendar. And the reason why I like to go with calendar is because it'll allow us to build the Stonehenge, which is really essential for founding a religion. Okay, for this ruin, among our options, you'll notice we cannot choose culture. So instead, we will go and discover a new technology. We couldn't choose culture because we chose it last time we discovered a ruin, but that's okay because now we have sailing. And we will continue to scout. For what our city will produce next, since we just finished our second Pathfinder, we will choose to build a shrine. Shrine produces faith every turn, which in turn will help us found a Pantheon. And of course, there's another ruin. We love to see it, so let's go and click next turn. Okay. As we continue to scout, we'll go and avoid those borders. That looks like Carthage. Then we will go and walk into the ruin. And now we do not have tech or culture as a choice, so we'll go and choose to gain a population in our capital city, which is really nice because our capital now has 4 population, so produce this shrine even quicker and grow even quicker. So as we continue to explore, it looks like we found Siam, and another barbarian encampment. Looks like Siam has offered us a deal, 1 gold per turn for accepting an embassy, and accepting an embassy will mean that he'll know where my capital is. That's okay because I like money. And of course, we've discovered another ruin, so we'll go and click next turn. As we wait for these troublesome city-states to finish their turns. Luckily, barbarians cannot take ruins from us. Okay, discover some more luxury resources, that's nice. For what we're going to produce next, we'll choose a monument, because it's really important for culture. And then, of course, for what we will get from the ruin. We're going to choose religion here. The reason why we can choose religion is because we have faith, thanks to the shrine. And thanks to that ruin, we now have enough faith to found a Pantheon, which is very important for founding a religion. So it seems we discovered Greece, or more like Greece discovered us, with the scout near my capital. That is totally not concerning. And of course, for this turn, we get a lot of stuff. We get a new policy. We'll go and choose. Citizenship on the right side. The left side is also really good too, but the right side, because we want a worker first to improve our luxury resources, to thus improve our happiness. So we'll go and choose citizenship. Boom. For founding a Pantheon. Now this is a very big decision. There are a lot of good options. God King is a really good option if you can't make up your mind. However, ideally, you want to choose something that will give you a lot of faith per turn. Something I've noticed about my surrounding area is that to the south, there are a lot of jungle tiles. Now, a lot of these bonuses that apply to luxury resources, we simply just don't have those luxury resources. However, there is a bonus that gives us a faith from each jungle tile. And of course, when I say that, I mean +1 culture from jungle tiles. The culture will really help us accelerate our policies, in turn giving us bonuses to both our workers and settling new cities. So we'll go and select +1 culture from jungle tiles. Boom. And we'll found our Pantheon. For our worker, since we are lacking in tech, we'll just go and make him build a farm or something. Hopefully, as our technology progresses, we'll be able to build upon the oranges. And then we will go and click end turn as we wait for the city-states once again. And boom, we've discovered calendar. So now calendar will allow us to do something really special. But first, for our technology, we could choose mining or writing. Personally, as I look over the tech tree, I think animal husbandry would be valuable here because I want trapping, because we have ivory. And of course, there's Greece's borders right there, and we also discovered a ruin. We will now move our Pathfinder onto the ruin to get a cool bonus. Okay, and we will go and discover a great prophet, which should give us a lot of faith. Boom, we just got 50 or 60 faith, and we need 200 to found a religion, so we are getting closer. Okay, looks like we've discovered Morocco. As we continue to defend our city from barbarians, we'll go and barrage them, and we will continue to scout. We will continue to scout down here, and it looks like we found Polynesia. Okay, it seems we found another ruin. For our bonus, we'll go and choose the culture one, so we can get another policy. Boom. Okay. Let's go and finish our movement. Alright, for our next policy, we'll choose Republic because it gives us a little bit more production in our city. Also, it unlocks the next policy on the left side, which is the policy we will grab next. Okay, it looks like next turn, our next Pathfinder will finish. Alright, yes, our Pathfinder did finish. For choosing our production, we're going to go with the Stonehenge, because once we have it finished, it'll produce 5 faith per turn, which is really big early game for founding religions. And of course, we have Ditto of the Great Carthage. I believe that is the Civ directly to the west of our capital that we sort of ignored earlier. And of course, we'll go ahead and survive some barbarian attacks. Okay, and we have a deal from Ditto. 1 gold per turn for an embassy. Sure, I'll take as much gold as I can get. We need it for all these Pathfinders we're currently fielding. And we have another policy. For this policy, we're going to choose Collective Rule, because this will give us a free settler to settle new cities. And also in our capital, we will be able to train settlers 50% quicker, which is going to be monumental to our strategy. So over here, you can see we have a settler. We're going to go ahead and send him. There's not a lot of luxuries in the south that I'm interested in at the moment, so we'll go and start heading to the west, mainly because there's a lot of undiscovered land there. It'd be nice to get some eyes on. Okay, looks like we have a proposal from Morocco. They want to be buddies with us. We'll always say yes to declarations of friendship early game. It's sad that he still feels like he's neutral towards us, though. But that's okay. Okay. Oh, it looks like we are tied for most literate with a few other players, which is nice. We'll go continue move the settler towards that source of iron, which would be really valuable for us early game. And of course, we'll get to work on constructing a plantation finally for these oranges. And it is time to settle our new city, T. Moek. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We're going to bombard these guys. You'll notice that where we've settled our city, there are a lot of jungle tiles and a lot of oranges. This will allow us to almost monopolize oranges as a luxury resource for trading in the future, as well as getting a ton of culture from every single one of those jungle tiles you saw earlier. It seems Polynesia's brought us a proposal of friendship. We will accept as always. And we also finished the Stonehenge. That is awesome because now we make +6 faith per turn, which will be monumental for founding the first religion. For our production, we'll choose settler because it's half cost. Something else that's really cool about the Shoshone is that with every single city you found, you get big borders, unlike the other civs which only get adjacent tiles. And now our settler's production has finished, so we can go and quickly move this worker. And then the settler, will go and move him to the west. And for our next line of production, we will choose another settler. Okay, it looks like we're ready to sell another city, but before that, we have a policy. We will choose representation because it will launch us into a golden age. And also, as we settle new cities, the cost increase of policies will be reduced by 33%, which is big because that is a drawback of settling a lot of cities, is that the culture cost of policies grow a lot. However, that can be mitigated not only by that policy, but also by building monuments and other culture buildings in every single one of your cities. And to wrap it up for this episode, we will go ahead and attack these barbarians.